"We just made first contact," Sierra Preston said. She looked at the 19 people standing around the alien creature. Her heart raced. They'd been studying the alien's lifeless body, preparing to dissect it. Then it began to speak. The bloated creature reminded her of fat sea lions loafing along the harbor near Venice Beach, except the alien didn't have any fins or flippers. Its only real features were spidery appendages protruding from folds of skin at one end. The alien's rumbles had come from somewhere in those flaps and had been translated by its vehicle, which sat a few yards away. After a short exchange, the creature had grown silent. "We should go over everything we learned," David said, standing with his kids, Kim and Barry. "Make sure we didn't miss anything." He spoke calmly and clinically. Sierra wasn't sure if that was his doctor voice or his dad voice, but either way, she appreciated it. She trusted David more than anyone else in the group. Several heads nodded in the small crowd. "It claimed that the rest of the people who got into pods are in storage," Sierra said. "What does that mean? Are they in a holding pen somewhere?" "I suspect they're in suspended animation," Priya said. Priya was an astronomer and a bit of a nerd. Sierra loved her for it. Nobody could figure shit out as well as Priya. "Like those of us from the other island," David said. Priya nodded. "Bingo." Sierra shivered. Everyone here had climbed into van-sized pods that showed up on Earth right before a comet wiped out the planet. The pods had brought them to a chain of islands in what turned out to be a giant wildlife preserve, but some pods had opened months earlier than others. Sierra's inability to account for the missing time unnerved her. "We have to find them," she said, "wherever they are." David's 6-year-old son looked up, his eyes wide. "Is Mommy there?" "I don't know, Barry," he answered. "Maybe." Kim, Barry's 12-year-old sister, shook her head. "Don't get your hopes up," she whispered, her lips trembling. "There were only a few thousand pods." David pulled his daughter close. Many people in the group held out hope that their loved ones had made it into pods. Sierra clenched her jaw. She had no such delusions. She'd seen her father's body at a suicide party. Or at least, she'd seen the body of the man she believed was her father. She turned to Priya. "The alien said that the Ender was deliberately launched at Earth. I thought it was just a random comet. Was there any evidence that was an attack?" Priya shrugged. "No, but I don't know how we could have known." "Gorgers," David said. "The alien claimed the comet was sent by something called Gorgers." "What does that mean?" Kim asked. "Is it like a river gorge or something?" "I assume it's a play on the verb, not the noun," Priya said. "A reference to feeding, gorging yourself." "I'll tell you what it means," Cameron said from the other side of the alien. "It means there's something out there even worse than this sack of shit." She prodded the creature with the barrel of her gun. It didn't respond. Cameron had been in the army, but she came off more like a loose cannon than a trained soldier. Sierra didn't exactly trust her, but she was glad to have her in the group. "Why would these Gorger things want to destroy Earth?" Sierra asked. "Maybe they saw humans as a threat," Reggie said. He and Sierra were 2 of the only 3 black people in the group. He gave her a cold look. "Maybe they noticed how awful people were getting to be and decided a preemptive strike was in order." Sierra had been raised by a rich white Hollywood executive and was the first to admit she'd had it easier than most. She wasn't blind to humanity's shortcomings. She'd seen plenty of terrible things over her 23 years, and plenty more in the past few weeks on the islands. "They can't write off our species because of a few horrible people," she said. "And neither can we." "Are you sure about that?"
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.